Setting up our meeting for Facebook Live. Hopefully I can share my screen too. If I can't, then I'm like...
It says that we are now streaming live.
All right, well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Tour at 10. Joining me at the Tour on 10 today is our special, my special guest, but my colleague and confidant at the Bennington Museum, Dina Mallory, who's our Director of Programs, and she's going to join me today, and we're going to walk you through our website, and hopefully this will work. There we are. We wanted to show you our website, and oh, we have another guest coming to join us, Jamie Franklin, our curator extraordinaire. We'll give it a second. Hi, Jamie, and welcome to Tour at 10 Live on Facebook via Zoom.
Good morning.
Dina is here with us, and I thought together we could show our friends out there in Facebook world how to use our website and all the great features that it has. I wanted to start with the collections and the research. And so maybe the two of you could just talk about how long this feature, before I click on it, how long the feature has been up and how it's been received so far.
I think it's been up a little more than a year. Is that right, Jamie? Or has it been even longer than that?
The collection search online catalog.
Right.
I think it's been a little bit longer than that, but it's become pretty integral to, even particularly now that I'm working at home. I use it almost daily to be able to look up various objects in the collection.
Yep, and I use it when I just miss our stuff.
Yes, I've been using it quite a bit to learn about the collection in the museum. So let's show people, and you two can help if I make a mistake, but let's, so the great things for people in the community to know is that you can come to our website and you can find just about anything in our collection online. It's not everything is online, is that correct? Almost everything.
Pretty close to everything. Not everything has a photograph, but if it's in our collection and in our catalog, there is some record of it online. So,
Dina, give me, we've now navigated to the site. Give us a little rundown, give us a little pro tip and how
All right. So if you're looking for something in particular, and I just want to mention that this is like a really awesome resource for parents and teachers right now, because they can't go on field trips, they can't go to these places, but you still have access to all of the stuff in our collection, and in fact access to more than you would if you were just physically in the building. So all of the primary documents and photographs and everything you can find here. So the best thing to do probably is to do a keyword search.
That's the second button down.
And when you go to your search criteria, it's important to remember to use the word "and" a lot. So if I wanted to search for things from the Battle of Bennington having to do with General Stark, I would probably do Battle and Bennington and Stark. And that's going to pull records that have all of those three words in them somewhere. And then we click search and we come up with 93 results. So this will pull anything from our catalog that has those three words in it. And some people are probably more skilled at doing this kind of search than I am. I still kind of clunk my way around it a little bit. But if you scroll down a little bit, you'll start to see some of the cool records like, let's see, there's a lot of stuff from if you just do Battle and Bennington, you get a lot of stuff because of course we have the monument, we have records from the pageant. Oh, there's a great one. So if you click on that second flag there, that will bring you to the record of this object, and you can learn a little bit more about it, including, you know, its date range, where a little bit about its significance, where it came from. And if you notice down below, it says related people, John Stark, subjects, Bennington, Battle of New York, 1777. If you click on that subject line there, let's see what happens. Now you've got a whole bunch of records connected specifically with that term. So now you've narrowed it in even further. One of the things that I actually like to do, and confession, I even did this when we were still in the building, and you know, if you kind of need to give your brain a rest or you're just kind of blocked on something, I would just do a random object, a random record. So if you go back, let's see. Yep, go back to there. And then random images on the key there. Yeah. So that's going to pull up some random images from the collection. And sometimes I would just like to click through those because our collection is so big and so diverse that there's probably only 1 or 2 people in the world that know everything that we have in it. And I'm not one of those 2 people. So I'm always really.
I don't know that there's even one.
Really,
Callie
I was
probably
thinking
knows most, but
Callie, yeah. But I like to just click on them and see some of the cool things that we have. I've also done things like I've just sort of randomly chosen a word like helmet and done a search for keyword helmet and see what comes up. But what I love about this is that it really makes the entire collection accessible to anyone. And I'm afraid that not a lot of people realize that this exists. So I love trying to get the word out.
So then just to point out, when you get there, the other thing that I think is really fun is that if you click on an image, if there is an image, you click on the image, and it's really fun to be able to see the image itself. So you can get kind of some data on it. And then if you just really love stuff and just love looking at stuff, like Jamie and I do, and I know you do too, Dina, but you can just do that. And you can request this image, is that correct? If you're a researcher, let's say, and you need you're interested in it?
Well, you can always request images through Callie, our collections manager. You know, technically, these are all of the images on our online catalog tend to be low resolution. You can pull these images, I mean, as is, but if you want a more higher quality professional photograph, you can always request one through Callie. It takes time. There are some fees involved in terms of photography fees and things like that, but anybody can request professional photographs, and anybody can use what is online as a reference image. We don't want you publishing these images, and that's why they're low resolution, but you can use them for your own kind of reference at any point.
And if
Jamie,
you are a researcher and you're publishing something, you can request permission to publish the images.
Exactly.
But like Jamie said, there's usually a small fee involved in that.
so I want to just highlight a few of the other sections, but Jamie, in just a minute or half a minute, can you just tell us about how valuable this collection is? If you're interested in Bennington history, let's say you've got a little extra time on your hands right now, and you're really interested in Bennington history, tell us a little bit about how incredibly rich these collections are for that particular interest.
Well, I know when I was working on one particular exhibition project back in 2011, so 9 years ago, when we were celebrating the 250th anniversary of the settlement of Bennington. So when the first permanent settlers came in with the Robinson, Samuel Robinson and his group. We did an exhibition called, why am I forgetting the title of the exhibition?
Founding Documents.
Founding Documents. Thank you, Dina. I come up with these titles and then I forget them. Founding Documents. I was kind of researching that early period between about 1761 and 1791 when Vermont was admitted as the 14th state into the United States of America. And I was just astounded, particularly like the Battle of Bennington. We have an almost day-by-day primary account of the events leading up to and the aftermath of the Battle of Bennington. So things like letters from the community, the Committee for Safety, letters calling in General Stark for assistance over the mountains. He was over in New Hampshire. So it's really incredibly in-depth. And most of those documents, or at least a lot of them, are reproduced with an image, and you can actually pull them up and look at them and read from them directly in our online catalog. It's really quite remarkable.
And just a fun little thing, I just typed in and did a search on Bennington, 11,055 records just on Bennington. And that's not narrowing the search or anything, but that's pretty impressive.
I mean, another just kind of quick tidbit, photographic images. We have something like 15,000 photographs in our collection, including glass plate negatives. And the vast majority of them are images of Bennington created between the beginning of photography started in the 1840s, but most of the images we have date between about the time of the Civil War and the early 20th century. So about 1860 to 1920, we have thousands and thousands of images of Bennington.
And so you can actually, correct me if you can click on the side tabs here and narrow your search a little bit if you want, and search just in archives. You could search just in photos. So it's a really powerful tool.
And you can also, if you're just looking for images, so right now you have that, go up and click on the items with images only, and that will only pull up the records that actually have images for you. So here we have, let's see how many come up. Almost 1,000 photo
Archival
objects,
documents, yeah.
archival documents that have Bennington. Or is this not a specific Bennington search?
I think this wasn't, but the idea is still the same. I mean,
Exactly.
it's such a powerful tool. And I also, think that folks would be really appreciative. So on our collection/research page, there's an overview of the collection. So you can, begin to learn about the collections and our offerings in a broad sense. You can read more on specific areas of the collection, whether it's Grandma Moses, outsider art, rare books. So you can begin your learning. And there's the photographs. This is actually probably one of my favorite photographs in the collection, by the way. I love that photo. And then the other great thing is, let's see, keep going down. There's all kinds of interesting essays. There's the Bennington Historical Society programs. If you are interested in learning how to donate something to the collection, we have information there. If you're a publisher and need the rights to republish something. And then of course, the other great thing, and we in the museum field, of course, get this a lot. People sometimes are wondering about the value of something that they own. We can't give you that value, but we can connect you to people that have that. So this website is a powerful tool for folks in our community that may have an interest in history, may have an interest in objects, or just may have an interest in general about our community. Anything else you two want to share?
Now that's really my favorite part of our website. I was going to suggest that we start there because it's just so much fun to really explore the collection that way.
And if you're looking for a little bit more in depth, you had clicked earlier just a moment ago on library archives and essays. There is a collection of various kind of articles and a little bit more in-depth information on specific objects and topics within the library. So there's Walloomsac Review articles, so you can read back issues, articles from the Walloomsac Review, which is the scholarly journal that we publish here at the museum. There are individual scholarly essays. There's really a lot of material there, and it's well worth the time to kind of dig, and I'm sure that anybody can find something that would be of interest to them.
Well, and I know you've written a lot of that, Jamie, and we're really appreciative of that, and your encyclopedic knowledge for that matter.
Well, there's also, there's a lot of authors within the Walloomsac Review back issues and other things as well.
Well, thank you both for joining us on today's Tour at 10 and a fun time with our first Zoom Tour at 10. We're so excited that all of you joined us today out there in Facebook and YouTube world. And thank you to Dina and Jamie for joining me. As we like to say at the Bennington Museum, we hope that you stay strong, you stay safe, and you stay creative. We're committed to making sure that our museum comes back stronger than ever. Although it's fun to show you these virtual tools, honestly, we really miss you. The best part of being in a museum is having visitors come and enjoy it as much as we enjoy it. And I speak for the staff and the board of trustees and the volunteers. We can't wait to get back into the museum ourselves. So in the meantime, again, stay strong, stay safe, stay creative. We look forward to seeing you at our next Tour at 10. And as a reminder, if you have ideas that you'd like to share with us, both about the future of our institution and or if you have things you want to hear about on these Tours at 10, drop us a line in the comments of this video or send us an email at ideas@benningtonmuseum.org. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.